So next we're going to make what I refer to as a potato gratin that's going to be orange and white. And what we're going to start with, we're going to start with pie crust. I got 2 pie crusts here. And we're going to get those out, and we're going to take us and put us a little flour out on the table so they don't stick. And we're going to take and roll these out. And once you get that rolled out, we're going to take and we're going to sprinkle the rosemary all over that crust right there. Kind of spread that around a little bit to get it all throughout the crust. And then we're going to take and sprinkle a little black pepper there. All over that. Kind of rub that around a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to add just a little bit of cheese. And then we're going to take our other pie crust. If you look in the box, you always get 2. Why waste one? So what we're going to do with it is we're going to take and we're going to roll it out. And we're going to put it right on top of that one. If we can get it out of the package. We're going to take it. Okay. Well, the recipe, you can use either Swiss cheese. If you look at your recipe, you can look at either Gruyere or Swiss cheese. I like the Swiss because it's about 1/4 of the price. Okay, and I think it tastes just as good. Now, if you want to get fancy, you can buy that fancy block of cheese. I think one little square ball like this is like $9 or $10. But I found that Swiss cheese will work just as well, have just as good a taste. So basically you take that, so you have these 2 pie crusts, and you take a spring-form pan, and without spilling no more than you have to, take that and put it in there and work it around just like a pie crust. Okay, you lose a little bit of stuff, no big deal. Throw it in there. Okay, so work it around, get you a nice, I'm not the prettiest on doing this. I usually just try to get it formed right along the edge. Make sure there's no gaps or holes. And it's feeling good right there. Okay? So we're going to take that, and then we're going to take our potatoes, which I've sliced up here, some sweet potatoes. And the first thing we're going to do is put us a row of sweet potatoes in here. Just kind of deal those out, make 1 layer of sweet potatoes all along the bottom. Just kind of cover it with about 1/3 of these or so. And then we're going to take, I like this little gadget my wife has, we're going to take some regular potatoes. We're going to slice those real quick here. There's one. It's a guy thing, got to make noise. Yeah, it's working. It just, if you do it like this, it's good to get your finger cut off on camera so you get to see the police and the ambulance and everything that way. Okay, let's see how that works. So we'll take 1 roll of that, and we'll take some of these and we'll do the same thing. We'll put a layer of those in there. Just kind of sprinkle those around. Alright. Then we're going to take some of our salt and kind of sprinkle on there. Go ahead and season that up. Okay. And then we're going to take and layer the cheese on there. Just kind of put you a layer of cheese. I like more cheese than the recipe calls for. But just sprinkle a sort of layer of the cheese in there. And then you do that again. Just take and make layers in here. And each time kind of press it down. Nothing fancy. Kids can help you with this. Just take and do you another layer. And layer of potatoes. Okay. Okay. And layer cheese. Sprinkle that around, get that nice and gooey. We're gonna need more cheese. Nah. Okay. And we'll do us another layer. We'll finish off these potatoes here. Do us another layer. And then we'll do some more potatoes. All right. Before we put the rest of the cheese on, the next thing we have to do though, and this is going to sound a little weird, but we're going to take 2/3 cup of cream. Or about. Okay. And we're going to take and put, and you can use a garlic clove in there, or I like to just take a spoon here. Big. And just use a little bit and take that garlic and put it in the cream. And then what we're going to do with that, we're going to stick it in the microwave. 45 seconds. What we're doing is we're taking that cream and infusing that garlic into the cream. So when you pour it all over, this cream and this garlic will kind of run over the whole thing and get it all kind of nice and flavored up, okay? So while that's baking, I'm gonna make us a little room here. You can smell that garlic probably cooking right now. Okay. So now we got that. We're going to take, kind of mix that up a little bit. And then we're just going to pour it all over what we got here. Just kind of soak it all down. And then what's left of the garlic, just kind of put over the top. All right. And then we're going to add more cheese. Can't have too much cheese. Okay. Enough cheese? Okay. And we're going to stick that in the oven with an aluminum cover over it at 450 degrees for 1 hour. And then after an hour, we're going to keep it the same temperature, but we're going to take and uncover it and let it brown. And just like our magic oven over there, we have a magic oven right here. And here's the tricky part for me, is to see if it will come out of the pan. Come on, baby. Okay. So we're going to take and set this over here. And believe it or not, all that mess I just made will look like that. Okay. Now what we're going to do here, just to prove that we've got orange and white, is we're going to take and cut us a slice of this. So everybody can see the layers and the gooey cheese and how it all bakes up. We can get it to come loose. Right there. All right, and just to make it pretty for the camera here, not for me, just for that, but we'll just stick a little sprig of rosemary on it. Okay, how's that look? That look good? All right, so we're gonna have this over here and we're gonna be serving it here in a few minutes. But just hold it up so you can sort of see the different layers, and the cream and the garlic is all through it. And the cheese has browned on top the last 25 minutes. You see if you do it, and keep an eye on it that time. to make sure you don't burn it, but you've got that crust, and what you're going to see is that rosemary taste in there, and that crust and that cheese. Okay.